The mystery of sleep paralysis, science behind the demon in the room. There's a moment, fragile and invisible, when the body lies still, but the mind has not yet chosen between dream and waking. In that moment, something extraordinary happens. You open your eyes, but your body does not obey. You try to move, to speak, to scream, and nothing responds. A crushing weight presses against your chest, the room feels wrong, and in the corner, a shadow seems to move. Your heart races, though you cannot move a muscle. You are awake, but not free. This is sleep paralysis, one of the strangest and most misunderstood phenomena of human consciousness. For centuries, people have called it by many names: the night hag, the old demon, the shadow visitor. But science has a different explanation, one that takes us deep into the delicate machinery of the sleeping brain. Tonight, we explore the science behind the demon in the room. Every night, your brain performs a complex choreography of sleep cycles. It moves between stages, light sleep, deep sleep, and the mysterious phase known as REM, or rapid eye movement. During REM, your mind becomes a theater. This is where most dreams occur, vivid, emotional, sometimes terrifying. Your brainstem, specifically an area called the pons, sends signals down your spinal cord to inhibit motor neurons, effectively paralyzing your muscles. This temporary paralysis is not a malfunction, it's protection. It prevents your body from acting out your dreams, from running, falling, or striking while you sleep. But sometimes, the system falters. Your mind wakes up too early, emerging from REM before the body's paralysis fades. The result is an eerie overlap, a conscious mind trapped inside a paralyzed body. You are awake, yet your muscles remain locked in dream mode. And in that frozen state, the brain begins to invent explanations for the terror it feels. When the body cannot move, the amygdala, the brain's fear center, fires intensely. It detects danger but finds no escape, amplifying every sound, every flicker of shadow. At the same time, the temporal and occipital lobes, responsible for sensory processing, become partially active, producing visual and auditory fragments of dreams that bleed into waking reality. The result, vivid hypnagogic hallucinations, a blend of dream imagery and waking perception. You might see a figure at the edge of your vision, feel pressure on your chest, or hear a whisper that isn't there. Culturally, these sensations became stories: demons sitting on sleepers' chests, spirits stealing breath, aliens conducting experiments, witches visiting in the night. Science shows us that all these experiences share a common root. A brain caught between REM and wakefulness, where fear and imagination merge. It's not madness, not possession, but the brain's effort to make sense of paralysis and panic. The demon in the room is not real, but the fear absolutely is. Inside your head, during paralysis, a storm unfolds. As the pons suppresses movement, acetylcholine levels spike, sustaining the dream state. Meanwhile, serotonin and norepinephrine remain low, keeping the body's reflexes subdued. When consciousness returns too soon, this chemical imbalance creates dissonance. You are awake, but chemically immobilized. The fear response surges, adrenaline floods the bloodstream, heart rate increases, yet no muscles respond. The body believes it's under attack, but it cannot act. This triggers the most primal panic, the terror of being trapped in one's own skin. But the hallucinations are not random. Brain scans reveal patterns in the visual cortex that correspond to shadow-like human forms, the simplest figures our visual brain can produce in low clarity. This explains why so many report a presence in the room. Your brain, searching for an intruder, creates one. It's a defensive mechanism, a story built from fear and fragments of dreams. And then, as quickly as it begins, it ends. The brainstem releases its hold. Serotonin and norepinephrine rise again, reconnecting the mind and body. Fingers twitch. Eyes move freely. A gasp of air breaks the stillness. Many awaken shaking, afraid to return to sleep. But for most, it's harmless, a brief misfire in the brain's sleep architecture. Sleep paralysis is common. It affects nearly 1 in 4 people at least once in their lifetime. It's more likely when you're sleep-deprived, under stress, or sleeping on your back, a position that can increase airway pressure and sensory vulnerability. There are ways to reduce it. Maintain consistent sleep, avoid stimulants, and practice calm breathing before rest. And if it happens again, remember, it will pass. Your body is not possessed, it's protecting you. What we call paralysis is, in truth, the brain's grace, a safeguard for the dreaming self. What feels like horror is actually the cost of consciousness reawakening before the body. Science reveals not a curse, but an elegant design, a reminder that sleep is not stillness, but orchestration. A nightly rehearsal between mind and body, sometimes mistimed, always profound. Perhaps that's the beauty of it, that even our nightmares are evidence of the brain's power to protect us. When the world goes dark and your body falls silent, your mind doesn't fail you, it fights to understand. And in that fragile boundary between dream and waking, it reminds us just how alive consciousness truly is. This has been Why Curio, where curiosity never sleeps, not even in silence. Sleep paralysis isn't a curse, it's a clue. One of many that remind us how fragile, powerful, and complex the brain truly is. Discover more stories of science and the unknown. Subscribe to Why Curio, the channel where every mystery begins with a question.